This is Paul. And
good morning, Fisayo.
Breakfast. Brought to you by Interswitch. Transaction solutions.
We're going live.
Yeah.
Okay, please. Good morning and welcome back. This is Smooth 98.1. My name is Lakumi and we are in the hour for Business Express 91. Like we said, today's Tech Friday, and I am joined by Investment Analyst Fisayo.
Hi, good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Lakumi. It's been a long time. Yes.
Yes, Fisayo, good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning. For those of you who want to join the conversation, please do so by sending us a message on WhatsApp. It is 0809 444 0981 at 0809 444 0981. Fisayo, let's get into it. It is Tech Friday, so we're talking all things technology. And today we're going straight into EdTech, right? Fisayo, we're talking about EdTech. Nigerian education technology startup company uLesson has raised $15 million in a Series B round. Can you enlighten us on this? And I mean, why are there different funding rounds for startups?
Yeah, okay. All right, that's fine. So uLesson is a startup founded by a veteran entrepreneur. His name is Sim Shagaya. It was the one that founded Bunga, founder of Day, founder of Go My Way or something like that. I mean, it's not new to entrepreneurship. Of course, you know what happened to Bunga. I think there are a lot of lessons to learn from that. So I think it's one of those founders that have essentially gone through the excitement, the ups and the downs. He has raised money before at Bunga. He raised a couple of millions of dollars at Bunga, but still, not necessarily like company succeeded eventually, right?
Yes.
However, after going through all that motion, I think it took a sabbatical. From what I learned, he went to South Africa for some time, to teach entrepreneurship and all of that. Anyways, they came back to start uLesson. uLesson specifically is a startup that seems to address, the requirements the requirement for private tutors, right?
Yes.
For secondary school, students specifically, right? Across Africa, not just Nigeria. So Nigeria, Ghana, at least I know of those two countries, and I think it's also in other Anglophone West African countries like that. Essentially, providing a platform for secondary students to be able to have lessons digitally online, with tutors that can teach them critical concepts and of course prepare them for exams. So irrespective of whatever it is, IGSE, WAEC, NECO, all of that kind of thing. So that's essentially what uLesson is. So what all the parents need to do is download an app, and of course students, the child subscribe, knows the class. So the teacher teaches content across lessons, so biology, English, mathematics, all of that kind of thing. And I think it's solving a major need in that category.
Okay. Why are there different funding rounds though?
Yeah. So these are not. I've not seen anybody do this before. What we've seen is that we've seen people match students with teachers, right? So say you have a lesson requirement. We've seen startups that will match you with teachers, right? So teacher will physically come to your house. But this time around, nobody's matching with a teacher. You are joining pre-recorded classes, right, that are taught by professional teachers, having gone through the curriculums or the curricula of those particular topics, and then taught properly, and then of course, with all of that, they now build testing into it as well. test the knowledge. So it's entirely different. And it's also targeted at a market that nobody has seemed to have addressed before, right? We've seen Coursera that addresses Coursera, edX, Udemy, all of those ones address, the more older students that can pace their own learning themselves. So if I want to learn about corporate finance, I can go on Coursera, but if I want to learn biology, right, as a secondary school student, I can't go on Coursera, right? And there's no platform that actually allows me to learn those things specifically. So that's why uLesson is solving that's how it's different from every other startup we've seen in the space.
Okay, that explains it. Remember that you can join us on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. I am here with Fisayo on Tech Friday for Business Express 981. So Fisayo, what do you make of the amount though? I mean, is it something to celebrate? Because apparently this is the largest disclosed investment in an African tech edtech startup.
It's interesting, right? Okay, so I'm not one of those that celebrate funding rounds because, it's a call to action. It's a call to work rather than a call to celebration. Because an investor is giving you $50 million. It's not a gift. It's not charity. It's waiting for return. So it means that you have to take this $50 million and make that $50 million into $100 million. It's not an easy feat. Or take the $50 million turn it to $1 billion. Right. So it means that there is responsibility on the founders, on the founders, on the management team, on the teachers, on everyone to ensure that yes, the company continues to grow and address this big problem that they have in front of them. So I think that's one thing. Now, regarding the amounts, I think that from the last check, there are about 3 million people in Nigeria that write WAEC. 3 million.
Yes.
Right. So it's not. So imagine that. So it means that maybe there are 3 million people in SS3, 3 million people in SS2, 3 million people in SS1. And all of that numbers is huge. So you can imagine 9, 10 million people in Nigeria alone. You can imagine similar numbers across West Africa. So it's a huge market. To address this question, this problem specifically, it's huge, right? And of course, not just an African problem. It's also an emerging market problem. So you can think about this problem in larger countries like Indonesia or in Philippines. I don't know if the founders have those ambitions, right? But $1 million to address this is not trivial at all.
It's not. Okay, it's not. You are a player in the edtech space. How would you describe its development so far in Nigeria? Would you say that the pandemic has been able to boost it?
Okay, yeah. So from the tech perspective, right? So I think people are a lot more open. If preschoolers can learn online, right? Because that happened during the pandemic. 5-year-olds, 4-year-olds will join Zoom classes. Right? So I think that it has made a lot of people more open to learning online, right? And of course, there's uLesson because it's also, so imagine schools being shut down, right? And exams are written every year, right? So it means that the schools are shut down, right? But the testing that you have to go through was not shut down. So it means that you have to find alternatives to learn.
Sure,
so I guess some of these things would have helped boost, the adoption of platforms that are ready, like uLesson, because they've been doing this before the pandemic started. They just had to, ramp up to ensure that they have to support a lot more people, especially during the pandemic. Because if you can't go to school, you have to figure out how to continue to learn your mathematics anyway. You have to learn this useless productive education anyway. You have to still learn, biology anyway, right? So, and then this platform has already built a system that allows all of those topics to be taught, that prepares you for the exam that you're preparing for. And I think that contributes largely to that success. So it means that yes, I think I agree with you. The pandemic had allowed, crowded now. People don't necessarily like to learn online. People don't go to do anything online. But of course, the pandemic has changed a lot of that. People now go to the churches online. People are open to doing a lot more things digitally than they were before then. So I think it's a major contributor to the development. I'm sure of that.
Yeah. Do let us know what you think as well. It is 0809-444-0981. We're talking about uLesson and ed tech today. Do you think that the pandemic has done a good thing, at least in that sector? Fisayo, what do you think? Do you think that we need more broadband infrastructure? What do we need to boost edtech in Nigeria?
So, I think one of the biggest challenges is internet and affordable broadband internet. So I remember that I think I was talking to Simshagaya himself, the founder of uLesson, and he mentioned that at some point they had to start doing deals with telcos that allows people to go on uLesson app for free, right? So they do deals with telecommunication companies to ensure that students can continue to learn even at no cost to them, right? So those are some of the things that companies needed to do to be able to reach a lot more people, right? To be able to reach a lot more people to get on the platform, right? So affordable internet, and of course, not just affordable internet, because if you're affordable and it's just 2G, you can stream videos, right? So affordable broadband internet is needed. And for that to happen, it requires huge investment. And of course, we saw, I don't know if we're discussing that today, we saw the acquisition of Main One by Equinox during the week. It has built, the backbone for broadband internet across Nigeria, at least through the subsea cable, that connected into Lagos, and of course, then building that across Nigeria into Lagos, into Abeokuta, into other cities across Nigeria. But there's no doubt that broadband internet is a requirement for the development of edtech in any ecosystem, not just Nigeria.
Do you think that, of course, like from what you're saying now, we already I'm already wondering if edtech is affordable. Can it scale in this nation?
So that's the only way it scales, right? So that, because so the difference between someone like uLesson and others that we've seen is that uLesson the same content that a teacher has created to teach a concept, say quadratic equation, the same content has been recorded once, and that same content can be streamed by 1 million people, 2 million people. So it doesn't cost uLesson an additional cost to serve an additional students.
Okay.
Right. So that's what scale is. So you record the content once and for all, right? Once you've recorded the content once, right, the content is now made available to people. So it's not like you are recording content every time a new person has to come, right? So you just record once and then reach out to a lot of people at the same time, at once, right? And I think that's the advantage of technology. Just ensures that rather than having to go have a classroom where you have a maximum of 30 students or 200 students, per time, and then the teacher goes from one class to another, just record content once and distribute it to 1 million people at once, and that's the power of technology, and that's what makes it scale.
That's a good point. Thank you so much, Fisayo. Also, let's speak on broadband internet. The Nigerian Communication Commission is holding a mock 5G spectrum auction today. That's ahead of the real auction that's holding on Monday 13th. How should we anticipate 5G rollout across Nigeria?
I don't know. It's 5G is the new gold standard for broadband internet across the world, right? And of course, the companies that own the spectrum will be the ones to be able to deploy the technology across Nigeria, essentially, right? So we should be excited because, again, investments into the space, it means the investments into the space is going to grow. I know MTN had done some mock 5G thing earlier the year or maybe last year, right? You start seeing a lot of people thinking a lot more along those lines, right? And I think that it benefits everyone, including Nigerian government and of course, what's it called? Nigerian government and of course, everyone, and of course consumers essentially, because that's the end users anyway. So once 5G is a lot more widespread, it means that people can do a lot more things. So we start talking about Web3, we start talking about metaverse and all of that. Gets interesting with 5G. Okay,
Yinka here says returns, right? I hope our universities in Nigeria understand that they can actually do better than uLesson, because I keep wondering why Unilag and LASU can't afford, excuse me, online degree courses. Oh, if they do, some lecturers wouldn't be able to intimidate you into buying certain books. One would have expected now one would have expected now, that's the Open University, to do such mode. And I just remembered it's government establishments. That's the Open University. That's what Yinka is talking about. Thank you so much, Fisayo, for joining us. We actually have to go now. But quick one, do you think that distant learning will actually take over physical structures?
I don't think so yet, because people want physical experiences. I mean, there are people that will prefer to travel,
yes,
to have physical experience in Harvard rather than go to Harvard online. I don't want to go to Harvard online. I want to physically meet my colleagues. I want to physically meet people. I think that those things, much more than the learning, the bonding, the relationships that have been built, is valuable, right? Maybe yes. Once the metaverse becomes a lot more where you can physically be present somewhere without physically being there, right? Then I think then we can start, seeing more adoption of distant learning. But today, I'll physically go to Harvard.
Okay, that's Fisayo. Thank you so much, Fisayo, for joining us, and thank you for contributing. For those who have sent the messages in, we have to go now. We'll be back again for more talk at 7:30. However, I'm leaving you with great music. Have a good time enjoying some of these songs, and then we'll be back for Freshly Pressed at 7:30 a.m. when we'll be discussing some of the top stories in the newspaper today. My name is Lakubi, and this is Smooth 98.1 FM. Thank you very much, Fisayo.
Business Express on Smooth 98.1.